It was a bright spring morning in the bustling courtyard of Riverside International School. Golden sunlight filtered through rows of tall maple trees, their leaves rustling softly in the breeze. Children in crisp uniforms laughed and chased each other, the sound of their shoes echoing against the marble floor. The scent of fresh flowers from the nearby garden mixed with the aroma of warm bread from the school cafe. In the center of it all, a luxury black limousine slowly pulled up. Heads turned. Whispers began to spread like wildfire. "She's here," one student murmured. Stepping out, wearing an elegant cream dress and a guarded smile, was Elena, the only daughter of one of the city's richest businessmen. Her hair shimmered under the sunlight, but all eyes were drawn to the wheelchair she sat in. Her delicate hands gripped the sides firmly, as if to protect herself from the stairs. She couldn't walk. Elena had been paralyzed since birth. Despite her father's fortune, no doctor, no surgery, and no therapy had ever changed that. She was quiet, observant, and kind, always the one who smiled at the janitor, thanked the bus driver, or helped another student with homework. But kindness often goes unnoticed in a world obsessed with appearances. As Elena wheeled herself toward the classroom, a group of popular girls leaned against the wall, arms folded, smirks painted across their faces. "Look who's here," one whispered loudly. "The princess in the chair," another snickered. Elena kept her gaze down, trying to focus on the spinning wheels beneath her. But the whispers grew sharper. "You know," a tall boy added with fake sincerity, "if I had all that money, I'd at least try to walk." Laughter erupted. A heavy silence fell over the courtyard. Bystanders pretended not to hear. Some looked away. Others just watched. Elena's smile faded. Her hands trembled slightly on the wheelchair handles. Inside, a quiet storm brewed, a mixture of humiliation, anger, and pain. She didn't feel seen. She felt small. Have you ever seen someone being mocked for something beyond their control and stayed silent? At Kindness Valley, we believe kindness speaks louder than cruelty. If you agree, pause for a moment, like comments. This video, share it to spread awareness, and subscribe for more stories that remind us, never judge too quickly. The day rolled on. By late afternoon, students gathered in the school's grand hall for a charity event. The air buzzed with chatter. Elegant banners hung from the ceiling. A pianist played softly in the corner. Elena sat near the back, away from the crowd. Her father was out of the country. She felt alone, and then a stranger walked in. He was a middle-aged man in simple clothes, a plain white shirt, worn leather shoes, and kind, curious eyes. No one recognized him. He wasn't on the guest list, but he moved through the hall with quiet confidence as if he belonged. He walked straight toward Elena. She tensed. Strangers usually meant pity, but he didn't pity. He knelt beside her, looked straight into her eyes, and whispered something only she could hear. The hall grew strangely quiet, as if time itself paused. Elena's eyes widened. Tears welled up. "What did he say?" A student whispered from afar. No one knew. But something changed in her expression. For the first time, she didn't look afraid. She looked alive. Moments later, the stranger stood, placed his hand gently on her shoulder, and encouraged her to try. Elena's heart pounded. She hesitated, then slowly placed her feet on the ground. One small push. Her legs trembled. Gasps echoed through the hall. Another step, and then she stood up. The crowd froze in disbelief. The same students who had mocked her earlier now covered their mouths in shock. She took another step, and another. Tears streamed down her face as she walked across the hall, each step stronger than the last. The pianist stopped playing. The only sound was the rhythmic tap-tap of her shoes against the marble. She didn't feel small anymore. She felt seen. The bullies who had mocked her earlier now lowered their eyes. Their laughter had turned to silence. The tall boy whispered, I didn't know." Elena didn't need to say anything. Her courage spoke louder than their cruelty. The stranger quietly slipped away into the crowd. No one caught his name, but his whisper had changed everything. Sometimes all it takes is a single moment of faith, a whisper of hope, to rewrite someone's entire story. Never judge someone's limits by what you see. True strength often hides behind silent smiles and kindness. Kindness can be the spark that lights a miracle. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Kindness Valley for more powerful true stories. Together, let's build a world where kindness isn't rare, it's natural.